Hello tribe, Tom here. I just said to sit down a little bit and catch my breath. I'm walking from the store with a somewhat heavy bag with some groceries and some interesting beverages that I will not touch and I will not drink now. But I wanted to reflect a little bit about again how it's so important for you to, and for myself, I mean myself obviously also, like to really use your time carefully when you are working for someone, like you're a freelancer, you're working as a consultant. How do you distribute your time and what do you see as a return? I mean, when you cannot measure your time that you put in after whatever amount of time, and then there is something obviously very, very wrong. If you are doing an honorable job, you can definitely put it has a reward, you know, of the time you put in. It has a reward. You can put food on the table and so on and so forth. That is obviously very, very important. And when you are in a situation when you cannot even meet that, there is something sincerely wrong. Just something that caught my attention there, something really pretty. And today is very exciting. It's very, very warm today. The sun is really aggressive today. And today World Cup 2026. And it's very exciting. I've been looking forward to this quite a lot actually. So it's the introduction match, Mexico against South Africa, I believe. I gotta see that. So I've been looking forward to this quite a lot. It's a lot of things coming up now. It's a lot of things unfolding. A lot of things. There are some changes. There is also summer, so it means that it's a time to enjoy, to go out, let loose a little bit. You know, let down your guard. Let some of that pressure blow off of you. You know, let some steam go away and live a little bit, basically. When I look back on the months of this year so far, I kind of feel, in a way, I really question what I have accomplished. What have I really been doing? Actually, for the past year, it's the 12th today, is it? I believe it's the 12th today, so that means it's exactly 1 year since my graduation day was. That's interesting. But yeah, since then it's been very uncertain. I've been going through a lot of things professionally, business-wise, creatively speaking, writing-wise. There are actually a lot of things that have happened for me. I mean, I have been writing a lot, like I said I would. Been writing I don't know how many articles. I'm continuing writing. I enjoy that. I have been selected for a publication I'm writing for. Nothing extraordinary, I guess, but I mean it's a step in the right direction, I guess. I have had numerous job offers. I've declined a lot of them. I mean a lot, maybe not a lot, but I have declined at least a handful of them. I definitely been declined more than I have declined offers. That's for sure. But I think that refers to regards all of us who is looking for something like proper and something serious. I have also started to work. I am working. I am working on my own thing. I'm working for a project for someone else. I have left a project. I stepped out of that, I stepped out of it, you could say, successfully in a way, after a long, drawn-out process, unnecessary so. And I've had countless amounts of meetings, exercised my ability to present, to speak about myself, like I do now in a way. It's not this I enjoy. I have actually, I'm not gonna say too much, but I am considering. I mean, some of you who might have followed me for, God, I don't know, for a long time. Let's put it that way. Know that I have been speaking about changing my aim of the channel or creating something else, another project, something with a more of a specific aim, because some of you may know that this is very much of a freestyle channel. I speak about numerous topics that I found interesting, like societal and cultural, and it's probably the same aim I would have in that regard, but it would be more defined, most likely. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that some of you may know that I've been speaking about doing that, changing the aim or developing something else, and it's still something that I am thinking about, especially now considering the job that I am doing, which is more in that direction also. So yeah, it's interesting to see what comes out of this current situation that I'm in. So, but yeah, I should definitely be more positive probably than I've been. I am a positive person by nature, but all of us also have those moments when we are basically just a little bit complaining, or we are a little bit uncertain, we are contemplating and questioning. And like I brought up in the other video here for a few days ago, we cannot live like that in these times, because we really don't know where the future is heading. It used to be somewhat possible to have a rough idea. I mean, we still can to some degree, obviously, don't get me wrong, but there is that uncertainty. We are in a complete different economy. You know, some of you may know how it is with job hunting, educating yourself to something that the industry is just changing dramatically. Entry-level jobs is going away, so on and so forth. I could go on with this, you know. It's a change of economy. We're living in a changing world order. Also, the geopolitical landscape is, as we're speaking, being rewritten, and that is no joke. And what's going to come out of it, and how it's going to affect the individual on an individual and also on a societal, national group level, depending on what part of the world you're living in, whether you're American, you're European, Italian, or from France, Sweden, or you are East Asian. It will have impacts on the group level, societal level, and the individual level, obviously. Everything from how things will just become more expensive in the grocery store, as we have already seen, and that will continue to go on. It just doesn't gonna stop and become lower prices again once it increased. That's just the nature. That's just the fact. And some of the old timers, you know, they cannot relate to this. They just don't have any idea about it. They don't even notice maybe that they are actually just having a increase in the tomatoes cost more, the milk, the eggs, the meat. There are some obviously that might like see how expensive some things is becoming, but most people that have their life set up in a different economy and now they are just living on the fruits of their labor, they don't really understand that the way we view it. You know, people growing up and trying to make it by having a job today and trying to, for example, buy their first home and going to refill the car to go to work and realize, hello, what's going on with the petrol? How can the gas be this much now? I just go to work and I go back and it's like half the fuel tank is gone, and in a couple of days I gotta refill again. And then on the way home you go to do groceries and you realize suddenly, and all these taxes on top of that, suddenly you're paying like, I don't know, just groceries for a week and fuel, just taxes of that is literally just 50, 60, 70% or something like crazy like that. And I'm not even joking, you know. It's just a fact. But that's for another discussion. Now I'm just sitting here taking a little rest, feeling in the sensation and feeling in the energy, just the good moment of appreciating life for what it is and being fine with, being content with what is, and just being away from algorithms. I just don't need to do anything. Right now I'm just gonna stare into this tree in front of me and have the cars passing me by in the background. And I just don't have anything that I have to do right now. I'm just speaking my mind like I like to do on this channel. And I am looking forward to World Cup to kick off this evening. Thank you for watching. I see you around, guys. Take care.